Okay.
Okay, we're recording, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll crack on with the fast start because I'm conscious of times and stuff. Is everyone
I
all
know,
right
yeah,
with
I have somewhere to be in the next 40 minutes or so, so
that?
yeah, perfect.
Okay, so has everybody got the fast start in front of them? Are they familiar with what it is in sterling now?
Yeah.
You, Gemma?
Sorry, I'm just messaging Anika. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. What did you say?
Are you familiar with the fast start? Have you had a read through it?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jackie and Annika, are you there? Able to talk?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. Have you had a look at it, Jackie?
Yeah, I've got it written down somewhere, and you know when you're looking for something and you can't find it.
Well, I'll just go through it anyway.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
the first step is essentially going to be when you achieve your beauty guide and training up to beauty guide anyway.
Yeah.
So, as you know, we're now beauty guides in training, aren't we? So if you achieve the first part of the fast start, which is selling £720 PRV in your first 40 days, you'll automatically become a beauty guide. Okay. The way that you look at this in terms of the fast starts, because there's 5 different sections, isn't there? Don't overwhelm yourself with too much and think, oh my God, how am I going to do all 5?
Yeah, one at a time,
because otherwise your head's just going to be, So what I've done is I've looked at all of the different products listed, and essentially what is probably the best thing to do. You know how we've mentioned upselling before?
Yeah.
There's the Skin Confidence collection, which is the cleanser, moisturizer and mask, for example, which is £78.
Okay.
Now, if you were to sell 10 of those in 40 days, that's how you achieve your £720 in 40 days.
So when you break it down like that, I like that, Claire, because when you break it down like that, then it's like, okay.
It's more achievable because I think the word selling is what gets everybody a bit like aggy, you know, and it's kind of like, you are giving them the best solution. It's about being a problem solver. It's saying, well, actually, if you had these 3 products now, you're actually going to save 12 quid. So that's another way of looking at it. The other one is, well, you've got the Fresh Start collection, which is £42. But if they go for the Skin Confidence one, they actually save more money and they get more money for their buck because they've got that mask. Because we all know the mask will last you forever. Well, within reason anyway. Is everyone hearing me on this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just making sure I'm not talking too quick. And then you've got the Perfect Collection palette as well, which is 2 concealers and a foundation, which is £68, and that's them £8. So dependent on obviously what your customers are wanting, you can give them as options. So if they say, oh, I just want a concealer and a foundation, say, well, actually, if you actually bump it up to another concealer, you can get a collection and that's going to last you a year. You know, just saying, think about saving you money, because then you're trying to help them sort of be that problem solver.
Yeah, and you get the second concealer. Bridget was just saying, I think it ends up being like $8 or $12 for the second concealer, so it's almost like half the one. And like you can also ask them, just to touch on that, because that's like a huge seller for us, is like the foundation and 2 concealers. Is you know, what are you looking to cover? A lot of times they're looking.
She's got a cool unicorn.
Oh, we like your mug, your unicorn mug.
Oh.
I want it.
Tea.
If they're looking to cover like dark circles under their eyes, but also they might want to highlight or contour, it's like, okay, you get your foundation and your concealer that covers your dark circles, and then we can get you a concealer to highlight and brighten up also. And you know what I mean? And then you sell that, because I think it's like if you sell about 12 of those, you would hit your fast start. Am I right, Claire?
If you was to sell about 12 of those, yeah.
Or I mean, you know, 6 of those and 4 of the other, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, but just to break it down, like if you want to focus on it that way, it's so much more achievable, because it's like, okay, I can sell 3 of these a week or 4 of these a week and I'm going to hit it.
Yeah.
And I think
set ourselves a target.
Sorry, Gemma.
As if we set ourselves a target of what we're trying to, sell just per week, I just think that you've got something to work towards. It might give you a bit more of a drive if we just set a target.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, for sure.
That's exactly,
It makes it
yeah.
more achievable, and it's trying to think. Well, what's in it for me? Because people have that fear of missing out, especially with products. And I'm currently reading a book, without digressing too much, is Start With Why by Simon Sinek. And the section I'm on, he talks about different brands, specifically like Apple and stuff. And he's saying, why should women and men buy our products? People buy into the why of what's in it for them. So it's about, you did that video the other day, didn't you? That really good video about ingredients.
Yeah.
People know that they're going to get a lot for their buck if they go for the collection. So it's kind of being clever with your posts, which kind of persuade them to want to contact you. So if you think about doing that in your groups, that type of thing. Also on the second part, so is everyone okay with the first part of the fast start?
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick? I had an idea.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Bridget real quick, and like what we're doing in our mid-month like pop-up chat is like pairing people up. And right now is like a challenge, basically. Like I've created all these little duos, and as having two people is like, say Claire's my partner. It's like, okay, if Claire sells a lip liner, I have to sell a lipstick in order to count for that one duo, and then like that gets me a point. And I always do like giveaways and stuff. Or if Claire sells a foundation palette, I maybe have to sell a blender full, and then that's a duo. And it's just kind of like a fun little challenge. But I was thinking for the fast starts, you guys, maybe you guys could each hook up and have like a partner or something, and almost like a pacing partner, and we can do something fun like that, because the girls seem to really like it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, I like that, because then that gives encouragement, doesn't it? I like that. Okay, so the second part of the fast start is personally enrolling one beauty guide in training who qualifies for the rank of beauty guide in your first 70 days.
Yeah.
Okay. So being clear on what we just said there, that's also going with the £720. Yeah. So in order for them.
Boss, can you turn that down a little bit, please? Thank you. It's a bit loud.
Sorry.
I was talking to Boston to turn the telly down.
Oh,
Sorry.
So I think that's pretty much achievable, especially if you've been working on your recruiting and stuff like that. And it's just making sure that we're all there to support each other. And especially with what Erin just said there with having a buddy, it's going to allow that to be more achievable, because it's making sure that, yes, you want to go with your sales, but you really want to make sure that people in your team are okay and make sure they're not stuck on anything. So one of the things I'm really keen to do as a video starting next week is how to promote the products. Educating people is going to be our biggest selling point, because nobody likes to be sold to, but if they're educated, then that would encourage them and influence them to want to know more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of, if you say to them, if you use this, it benefits you in this way, or it benefits your skin in this way, not you need to use this, come and buy it from me now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's also asking a lot of questions. I find that when you ask a lot of questions, people start talking. If you're like, oh, like an icebreaker, like, oh, what are you using now? Or, oh, okay, like, what are you struggling with now? It just not prying, but just asking questions so you can better understand. And then when you're educating them, you are directly educating them on something that does fix their need, fit their needs.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us, before I go on, is that it's almost like if you did a video or asked in a post, who actually knows what their skin type is, because a lot of people get confused, for example, with dehydrated and dry skin. They're two very different types. So your dry skin is going to see the obvious flakiness, whereas your dehydrated, if you pinch your skin and let it go, if you've got fine lines there, that's a big sign of dehydration.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm doing on my beauty course at the minute. I'm going through correctly identifying the different types of skin, like mature skin or damaged skin, because a lot of the older people say they've got, I've got quite mature skin, but they haven't. It's actually been damaged, like my mother, who goes out and doesn't wear sun cream.
She's
Just
going
saying.
to come out of our sunscreen then, and it's not going to have chemicals, which is even better. Because the ones with chemicals irritate my skin.
Yeah.
Has anybody else got any suggestions before we move on to the third part of Fast Start?
No.
No, I'm good to go.
No, I wanted you to talk about all that, and then I did want to, before we like hop off, I want to go through like a few things that I actually should grab my notes, but some like the top 3 things to help you hit your Fast Start, just some like, but I'll do it after you explain.
And then the third part is achieve a total of £2,160 in product retail value in 70 days. Now that does sound like a lot, but I wrote down some dates here. 1 second. That takes us, because we've signed up today, that takes us to the 22nd of August. That's the 70 days, okay?
Okay.
So in 10 weeks, that would be the equivalent of selling 3 Skin Confidence collections a week.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that is totally achievable, 100%.
What date in August, Claire? Because I'm flicking through my diary.
20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Claire, what we can do, I have a template, and it basically we just have to fill in your dates. So we can fill in your dates, and then it says, you know, your join date, and then it says 40 days, and we just put the new date, and then you guys could save it to your phone. So I always send that to the girls when they join, just as like a little reminder. You could, you know, post it on your phone or whatever, so you don't forget.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's remembering things as well. Like if, for example, you've got the Perfect Collection palette, which is £68, I think it's remembering to ask questions to the customer, to say, what tools, what applications do you have at the moment to apply foundation?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because then you can send them the Blenderful or a brush, dependent on the coverage that they desire.
That's a good idea. That woman who I've been struggling with for the colour match tonight, the really, really awkward one, she's popping round tomorrow because she thinks she's a different colour completely to what everyone else has said. So I said to her, we'll pop round tomorrow and we'll have a look. And I might just say to her, well, what do you put your foundation on with then? Have you thought about one of these, and try and just bump it up a little bit?
Absolutely, yeah.
Sorry, no, you carry on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah, absolutely. And like, what I like is like people, you know, most people don't use wax-based foundation currently. So when you start educating them, well, like, this is kind of how it's different. And so, you know, rather than using your silicone primer or your current brush, you know, this is actually the way that it performs best, is when you use a non-silicone based primer. And I tell people, like, if you put silicone and the wax, it'll be like a slip and slide on your face. And then if they want like a light airbrush type coverage, like the Blenderful, it's non-porous and it's super. I joke with them. I'm like, you think it's like your regular beauty blender at the store, but trust me, if you've tried the one at the store versus this one, that one feels like a hard egg, and this one is nice and soft and squishy. And they're like, oh, okay. Okay, fine, I'll do it.
I'm sold.
But sometimes it's just breaking the ice, so they don't feel like you're like, well, you need this, but it's like, let me explain to you like how it's actually different.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think the biggest thing for me has been foundation and due date, because I'm going to get in touch with, I'm working tomorrow, so I'll have to message them, but the due date and the foundation seem to be the most popular ones for me at the moment, and I have got people who want to have skincare collection as well, so that's quite cool. Oh, actually, on that point, Erin, I just want to ask you something before we move on. We can order it through our party, do you normally charge postage to customers?
I do. I mean, well, if like, say if you're doing a bulk order and it's like they're all pretty local to you, then I won't, because you're probably going to hit whatever the mark is to get the free shipping. But if it's an individual order, I always charge shipping. Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't be, I mean, that's not a
around the UK.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't be eating that cost. You definitely should be charging it.
Okay.
Unless you do, like I said, like a bulk order or whatever.
Okay.
Right. So that's the third part of the fast start. Are you okay on that, you two?
Yep.
Cool. Personally enroll a total of 2 or more beauty guides in training who become beauty guide in your first 100 days. Okay, so with yourself, Gemma, for example, that's going to be Anika and Tracy. So it's just making sure that they reach that beauty guide.
Okay. Yeah.
And obviously, if they want to do it in 40 days, that will be part of their fast start. But if not, they'll still achieve it in 100 days, which means you'll get that part of the fast start.
Okay.
It's just being there to support each other and different solutions and options. I mean, I've gone through the price listing of all of those different things we have to try and come up with possible solutions for customers, depending on what they come back with, what their needs are.
Okay.
What I'm aiming to do is have personal consultation Zoom calls with the customers so that they feel special, like a one-to-one.
Yeah.
And then the last part that's split in 2 is achieve the rank of Star Beauty Guide within your first 3 full months in your business. So it won't be from this month, it will be from July, because it has to be a full month, doesn't it, Erin?
It's a full month, right? So this month actually, which is nice for you guys, this month won't count.
Yeah. So July, August, September. So do you know what you have to do to be Star Beauty Guide?
I have got it written down somewhere.
Yeah, I've got it written down and printed out as well.
Well, like the same with all the fast starts, in order for you to get your bonuses and matched, etc., you must be active, and it's £220 of sales each month to be active.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got to have 3 active beauty guide lines. So they don't have to be your direct, they can be in your downline.
Okay.
So say, for example, you didn't become active, Gemma, but Anika or Tracy did, that would still be considered active in my
okay
line.
Yeah.
Then you need 1 lead beauty guide or above, in addition to £3,600 in team group retail value in 1 month. So collectively, you, including your team, would need to have that as a whole.
Okay.
That's the type of thing, because I've emailed Erin the presentations for the different compensation levels on the first level of it.
Yeah.
I haven't done executive level yet. Are you both okay with a lead beauty guide and what you need to do for ranking on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole thing looks quite. I've had a look over the whole thing. I printed it out and I've written it down as well. So it does seem quite. I've got my head around it.
Good. And the thing is a lot of it is like, and this is the way I work, and I know everyone's different, is like when I came in, I was like, I'm just going to do it all. So I didn't even look at the dates of my fast start. I was just like, boom, 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 boom. Okay, let me just figure out what I need to do. And as I started like hitting the different things, that's when I started kind of evaluating everything, because then I was in it. And so like, I mean, I did understand the comp plan, but when I hit executive and I saw the huge jump in my paycheck from an $80 order, I was like, oh, and then I completely understood what it meant by like compression and generations and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay, now I can piece it together with a real life, example in real life numbers. So my personal thing is just, take it one step at a time. Obviously have your goals, but have your stepping stone goals too. Like what's going to get you to star? Well, start by, enrolling your 1 person and having them hit their fast start, and then, helping them enroll 1 person and have them hit their fast start. That's really all it is like duplicating lead beauty guides will get you to the top of the compensation plan, literally.
100%. And don't put pressure on yourself. Just promote the products. Don't be salesy, and like I say, be a problem solver for people and educate them. This is the way that we're turning things around. It's not about spamming, as you know, and stuff like that. So they're the 5 parts of the fast start compensation plan. Is there anything you need to add, Erin, or is that okay?
Oh, no, that's all good. I did have, before we go, I don't know if you have more, though. If you have more, you can go over it. And then I was just going to you know, give some tips on actually hitting your fast start kind of before your kit comes and like not waiting. Because I think a lot of times people think we have to wait. And so.
No, not really. I'm already just making notes of all the customers that I need to get in touch with now that we've actually gone live. And I'm
finally, oh my goodness.
Now that we've gone live, it's just a case of, you know, getting in touch with them. Going to have the launch party. I'm going to have one here, and I'm going to look to book a hall as well. Now that I've got that presentation that I've created that I've sent you, Erin, I want to have some kind of flashy video in there of sorts.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And just get out there and recruit as many people as possible who want this. And just go out there and scream from the rooftops about how excited we are, really.
Well, I'm going to set a date for my at-home launch party, because I'm going to have like a casual one at home, sort of like an open house, so people can come and go as they want to. They don't feel tied down.
Yeah.
And then I've got my collaboration party with the lady who does Scentsy, but that's not until the 14th of July, so I want to push it before then. I'm not waiting till then to start making a start.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at some events as well, and I've got a couple of people who have like private messaged me asking for more information on the product. So I'm going to message them tomorrow and sort of say, look, we're live now. Do you want to know a bit more? Would you like to drop an order in? Would you like to have a look at a catalogue?
Yeah.
And just see what they come back with.
Have we got the catalogue, actually, the new one for Sterling?
No. I know. I'm not gonna lie. There's some missing pieces in I feel, and I don't mean that in a negative way. We knew there was gonna be hiccups, which is why they do it this way with the phase 1 and the phase 2. But it makes it a little challenging. But I mean, at least you have your website live. Which the only nice thing about the catalog, honestly, I don't have a lot of people look at the catalog, and that might just be my people. But most people go on the site and look. But the catalog is nice to scroll through. But they can still go on your site. So. I think they're honestly, my thought is they might be waiting until all of the stuff launches to have the catalog, to make sure that, like, if they're putting a catalog out there that has stuff that you guys aren't able to sell yet, that they're not putting it all in there. I don't know.
Okay.
It would be nice to have it, but
we can work without it. There's ways and means.
Yeah, they'd rather have it and it be right than have it and people be asking for stuff that we can't get hold of.
Right.
iAspire wasn't in our old catalog.
Yeah, like, that's true. Yeah, Bridget said that. What else was I gonna? Are they holding me down? Oh my gosh! Sorry, guys. My kids
are. My house.
Savannah, I'm on. Savannah. Hi. Hi, Mary. Nice to meet you.
And that's how you can.
This is our new. Sorry,
guys.
I'm recording this, and you can all hear my kids. Anyway. Savannah. So what are you doing? Okay, you go play outside and don't scream, okay? And I thank you. Okay, that's the hard part about the time. If I'm doing this at night, they're in bed. If I'm doing this afternoon, I don't have a choice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Claire.
How did you hit your fast starts, Erin?
I'm sorry, say that again. I didn't hear you.
How did you hit your fast starts?
Well, that's kind of what I put down, some of the things that I did. I did an online launch in my, actually in my beauty group, but I already had a super active beauty group, so that came from the fact that I was with another company before. I did do like a makeup mixer at home, and the biggest thing was, like, I was excited. So I just started sharing it everywhere and started talking to everybody, and I hit all of my fast starts within the first less than 60 days. And I have some things I actually wrote down that are a little bit more bullet points, so I can just chat about them real quick, and then I'll let you go, because I know that we said 30 minutes and it's been more than that. So the first thing I put down was, like, announce your new business with excitement. Like, I think a lot of people, and I know that you guys have been announcing it, so this kind of doesn't apply, but a lot of people hesitate to announce until they get their kit. don't do that. Like, you can start selling right now, yesterday. I mean, pre-orders, all the stuff. You can do it without your kit, without feeling and touching the stuff, because really, like, there's so many resources that you can use. There's albums in our team page. I'll add you to all the groups when I sit down tonight. There's a skincare library with all kinds of literally incredible before and after. Some of the stuff that I have already shared with you when we were chatting in the group, but there's so many resources that you can use. I don't like graphics. Okay. So like, I don't think that you posting like, oh, look at this beautiful bottle of cream, like, buy it. Like, we all know that's probably not going to work. But if you have someone that, like, there's a girl on our team that had terrible rosacea, and she used 40 Cure Cream and One Drop Wonder in 10 days, like, I mean, I actually met her in person for the first time the other day, but her skin's completely different. And like, that's something that you can share and say, hey, this is a girl on my team. That's okay. It's not a graphic, but it's an actual, like, testimony, right? Mm-hmm. What else did I have here? Tell everyone. Oh, just when you're excited, like, people find that contagious. If they're like, huh, she's really in this, not she's just selling a product to sell a product. You know what I mean? And talking about why you did this. And I know a lot of you have done that, but like, why are you doing this? What's your vision for this? Like, share that, because people are going to be way more invested into buying from you right away, or joining you, or, you know, following what you're doing if they know why you're doing it. Because the stigma with direct sales is that people join and just want to quick sell a product and make a few bucks. And we know that's not why you're here. So sharing that with people. And I know a lot of you guys have actually already been doing videos, which is awesome. Number 2, I put focus on what's available. And I'm going to get clarification on some of that, because they sent out an email, but to be honest, I think it's not correct. But focus on what's available, rather than thinking, oh, this isn't available, so I can't sell it. Like, you guys, when I joined, I had no foundations to sell. I'm not even joking, because it was when we were going through our hyper growth, and like, our CMA couldn't keep up. And so for like 2 months, I had no foundation to sell. I sold concealer like nobody's business. Concealer and Must Do all day, every day. But it didn't matter, because people bought it because that's what I was using, because I couldn't buy foundation either. So, what did I have? Album, videos, before now. Oh, I was kind of tied that in, but yeah, focus on what's available. Whatever you talk about is what people are going to buy. Whatever you share is what people are going to jump on board with. If you want to sell a ton of eyeshadow, then talk about eye makeup and why it's different and how it's blendable and what brushes they need. I mean, that's the thing, is like, everything may not be available, and it's going to be okay. You can 100% still hit your fast starts, because I hit my fast starts during an enrollment freeze, which I don't think a direct sales company has ever done that. During an enrollment freeze with no foundation. But Michelle likes to do things the right way. She didn't want a ton of people joining when they didn't have, you know what I mean, tons of product to sell. And so we had an enrollment freeze and all this stuff going on. And I had tunnel vision. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have tunnel vision. Whatever your goals are, like, it doesn't matter. You sell what you have available to you and do what you can with what you have. Number 3, and this is not one that I did hugely, but I took some stuff from other people too. Meet up with your friends and family. Okay. Practice on them. Okay. Because they're going to be the ones most of the time that are going to not judge, be supportive, want to buy just to support you in the beginning. That if you don't know everything about the product, they're not going to look at you and say, you don't know your product? You know what I mean? So you can practice your, I don't want to say spiel, but practice your product knowledge on them. Practice with whatever samples you have on them. Have them over and just talk about the opportunity or the products. Like, just kind of like use them as guinea pigs, essentially. And I know a lot of people have had success with doing that, because then, you know, once your family and friends choose to support you and they do try it and love it, that is your best source of referrals, because they'll tell everybody. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And number 4, I put what you guys have, which was an online party, some sort of event to launch your business that makes it exciting. Because if you think of a brick and mortar business, like, what do people do? They have an open house, they have a ribbon cutting, like, they do exciting stuff. And you should treat your business exactly the same. It doesn't matter if it's online or in person, like, something to actually launch your business. And don't be afraid to, like, shout it from the rooftops and tell everybody and be excited, because it's just like if, you know, the boutique down the street was having an open house, you know, same thing. I would say do an online launch before you get your kit, because you can start sharing, start talking about why you're doing this, start sharing the videos and pictures that we have for you. You can use some of the samples I gave you if you still have them. And then once you get your kit, do your in-home launch, like your actual in-person, come touch it, smell it, feel it, do all this stuff. So
Cool.
those are my 4 things. I mean, I think it's all stuff that we know anyway, but it's nice to remember that what this business is actually really basic stuff over and over and over again.
And I like the fact that everything, which I'm going to educate them on, is that everything is so simple. 2 cleansers, 2 moisturizers, 2 masks, 3 boosters, based on skin kidneys, and it's a skincare cocktail mix. You've got dry skin, combination oily. We've got something that will help with all of those.
And a lot of people ask about a toner, but just, I don't know, I have the skincare video and I talked about this, but maybe, I don't know if you guys watched it or not, but everything is pH balanced. So that's why we don't have that. Okay, that's why we don't have a toner, because a lot of people ask me about that.
Yeah, I've been telling people that.
Yeah. And there is, really quick, I want to show you guys something super quick, and then I do have to go because I got to go visit my mom. I told her I would come see her today. You can go see Grandma today?
It's bedtime, mate.
Filling up the water for the dog.
It's 9:45. It's bedtime. Huh? How many minutes is it? 20 minutes. Okay.
Okay, hold on. You guys, I just want to share this screen really quick and show you, and then I'll let you guys go. Hold on. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our team page. Oh my God. Sorry. I will do, I think, a Zoom where we literally just go over everything in the team page, but I just wanted to tell you right here where it says like announcements, this is where you're going to find like your welcome post with the groups to join. Claire and I are currently working on like a teachable actual online course. It'll probably be a week before that is completely done, but it's basically just taking all this stuff but compiling it in like an online course you can take. But under the announcements, it talks about lighting, if you need help with lighting. It has like our monthly incentives. It has our catalog. I know it's not translated to Sterling yet, but if you wanted people to see like a pretty presentation of the products, you feel free to use it. It has Palooza information, which you don't need. International expansion right here is the dates. Again, tentative, and I'm guessing things might be pushed back a little bit because of what happened with UK with you guys. This is where you can buy your Lime Life branded like business cards, banners, rack cards, all that stuff. We have Canada and US on there. I'm guessing in the next day or two, they're probably going to put UK on there. There's sample information. Here's the apps that I use to create like pictures, collages, whatever, videos. Giveaways. So in US, it's $25. What is the conversion? Like about 18 sterling, 18 for you guys? Yeah. Okay, so any giveaway that you do can't be higher than that. So if you do a giveaway, it has to be done in like a private setting, like a private event, a private group, an in-home type event, something like that that's not public, and it has to be that amount or less. Okay. He likes to keep a level playing field rather than everyone doing flash sales and giveaways and this and that. So that's kind of the concept behind that. But all that information is right there. And the last thing I wanted to show you is new. And I have another video to update to it today, but right under the announcements. So we have announcements right there. Right under the announcements, there are, hold on, I have to hide it. There's something called topics.
All right. It's mine. Brush your teeth.
I don't know why it's not showing me. Hang on. There's something called topics. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Have you seen it yet or no? Oh, right over here. I'm sorry. It looks different on the computer than the phone. So right here at the top is called popular topics in the post. So I have one right now that's called product knowledge, and it's all those videos, the 10 videos that I'm going to be doing in that series. And they're like all put in this little one, one place. I'm going to go through the team page and organize a bunch of like attraction marketing ones into like a topic, because we can have 5 topics. So on the top right-hand side, there'll be all of those kind of like all together.
Okay.
So that's all I have.
Great.
Do you guys have anything else for me?
No.
No, all good.
I just want to set the expectation that because of the time difference, it's never that I'm ignoring you or that I'm not around to help or whatever. With the time difference, sometimes when you guys sit down to work, like at night or whatever, is when my kids are clearly like rearing to go. So I may not always respond immediately, but just know that like every night when they go to bed, I sit down. So anything that you ask me about or need done or whatever, like I'll do from 9 o'clock on my time. So
I
That's
think today
cool.
was an exception to the rule because obviously we were excited about the the launch.
Oh yeah, no. And like these Zoom calls every Thursday, we'll still continue to do them in the afternoon. I think it's great. But just sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all these messages and I want to respond, but I also like have my family, so I'm balancing it all, which you guys know. So
Yeah, exactly. No, I fully understand that. Thanks,
Yay.
Irene.
All right. So let me know what you guys need. If you guys want help with your online launch parties, let me know. There is a template in the team page too that you guys can find under the files tab. That just gives you an idea of maybe certain things to talk about, and then you make it your own. So
Okay.
Cool, fabulous.
all right.
Okay. Thanks, Irene.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.